gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I'm your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. And to Trinidad and Tobago, it's not independence yet, but happy independence to us as a nation. Now, the Ministry of Health has confirmed that there have been a total of 833 yellow fever notices have been issued to property owners, occupiers, directing them to clean up their surroundings. According to a statement this morning, of the number of 26 property owners have been identified for the consideration of institution of legal proceedings of non-compliance. So 26 people got notice of no compliance. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health confirmed that there are 1,053 laboratory confirmed cases of dengue fever and 11 laboratory confirmed deaths. The number of deaths remained the same from the ministry last update 5 days ago. So remember that, viewers, clean your property or be served with a legal notice from the Ministry of Health. Both bridges have been opened today, viewers, the Bridal Bridge and the Perseverance Bridge by the Minister, Rohan Sinanan. So hopefully, traffic is going to ease up now in the Central and the Conopia area. So, those of you who use the bridge, you can go back again and start using it. Congratulations for that. But some say the Bridal Bridge is long overdue. A bridge that's supposed to finish in 4 months took almost a year. But nevertheless, this is Trinidad. This is Trinidad, viewers. So we know how it is go. We know first. The Environmental Management Authority, EMA, have stated that individuals setting off fireworks without police permission will face a $1,000 fine. This was stated in a paid press ad on August 30th, the day ahead of Independence Day on August 31st. Citing harm to animal and human health from the noise made by firecracker, the EMA urged a switch to noise reduction firework, which are quieter than traditional firework, although not completely noiseless. Citing Independence Day and Republic Day, September 24th, the ad said the use of firework was governed by 3 laws: the Explosive Act, the Summary Offense Act, and the Firework Permit Regulation. The regulation says the cop or any police superintendent authorized by the cop in writing may grant a written permit for the time, place, and condition for someone to use fireworks in a town. The ad said igniting firework without a permit was a criminal offense under the Summary Offense Act, Section 99, with the offender liable of a $1,000 fine. So Trinidad and Tobago, Republic holiday is on September 24th. And Independence is on the 31st. So if you are going to light firecrackers, if you are going to light fireworks, if you are going to light anything that will cause noise without a permit, you can be fined $1,000. So if your neighbor report you and police come, bear in mind it's a $1,000 offense. Remember that, sir? Now look at this. We're going on to Wassa. Ministry. New government. Year after year after year. The Ministry of Wassa. All the ministers have promised water for all, water for all, water for all. No different from Marvin Gonzalez. Minister of Public Utility Marvin Gonzalez have stated that 3/4 of the country will soon be getting a 24-hour water supply, an improvement from 70% promised 2 years ago. He said that WASA strategy plans include stabilizing and improving the water supply within 3 to 5 years. The population needs to change the way it consumes water and start treating it as a precious resource. We need to change the way in which we use water. Marvin, WASA needs to change the method on which they cut down on water. They need to change that method, because people are not getting water when we are paying for our service. You know how hard it is to pay for our service and not get it? You see, Marvin, you wouldn't know about that. You wouldn't know about that. The ministry noted that WASA have started metering water treatment plant, and very soon we will have to look at universal metering to change the behavior of citizens. Listen to this.
We have started metering our bulk transmission systems. We have started metering all our water treatment plants, etc. And very soon, when we stabilize and start improving the supply of water as we are doing at this point in time, I am saying it openly here today, that very soon we will have to look at the issue of universal metering to change the behavior of citizens.
Marvin, we are paying for our service. We are paying for our service. And somehow or the other, I feel like you're not getting it. You're not getting it. Metering is all well and fine. Nothing wrong with that. But you know what it is to have a meter and not get water? You know what is that, Marvin? He said, there is too much water wastage when many do not have the adequate supply, and that TNT was close to becoming a water scarce country. Listen to Marvin.
But we are inching closer to being a water scarce country because our reservoirs and our dams are not producing water in the way that they produce water over the last 50 years. But if WASA, according to this, the data, is producing on an average in the rainy season 230 million gallons of water per day for a population of 1.4 million people, then that is enough water.
That is enough water? Okay, no problem. What about water leaks? Water leaks that cannot be fixed. What about that? What about water leaks that is taking months to fix? What about that? What about leaks that WASA workers fix? They fix it Monday and they start back till Tuesday. What about that? You want to meterize the person, nothing wrong with that. All well and fine. But you're meterizing somebody that is not even receiving water. And that is the problem. We have enough water, we have enough leaks also. Saying that WASA is improving its performance, Gonzalez said that the 24/7 level of coverage from 31% in 2000 to 61% as it stands now. He said, based on a work set for the next couple of months, WASA expect for the very first time in Trinidad and Tobago to reach 24/7 level of coverage, maybe passing 75%. Listen to me.
We have moved the 24/7 level of coverage from 31% in 2000 to 61% as it stands now. And based on the work that we have set ourselves for the next couple months, we are expecting for the very first time in Trinidad and Tobago to reach a level, 24/7 level of coverage maybe passing 75%.
Imagine that, eh? He added that a water crisis won't be fixed without more wells, but with better consumption. How it could fix with better consumption? How? We have leaks all over Trinidad that has taken weeks and months to fix. It's sad, Marvin. It's sad. You need to do better. You need to have a better team to monitor leaks in Trinidad and Tobago. You need a pipeline leaking crew then, as we would say, to monitor leaks. You need a phone number that when there is leaks, people would call in and someone from WASA will visit it and get it fixed in a speedily manner. That is what we need in Trinidad. We got too many leaks all over the place. Imagine that before, we showed a clip. 9 times WASA workers went to fix one leak. And to this day, they may get it right yet. 9 times. Meteorizing all well and good. But you're meteorizing people who don't get water? Nah, man. You're going bad day. So viewers, this is Real Talk, the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. Remember also, we at Real Talk Financing is offering you 4% on fixed deposit with your interest up front. Remember that, viewers. Your interest is up front. You don't have to wait 5 and 10 years again. We changed that. We changed that. We want you to enjoy your hard-earned cash. Yeah. So, moving along. Surprised at being chosen by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley to design the Trinidad and Tobago new coat of arms. Designer, draftwoman Gillian Bishop have stated that she was humbled to be given the opportunity. She is also prepared for the potential backlash that could come her way as the issue of the new coat of arms continue to be a popular topic, especially on social media. In an interview, Bishop disclosed that it had already been 2 days since she received a letter from the office of the Prime Minister requesting that she submit her drawings. She said at the time, she thought letters were sent to several local designers, but was surprised when Rowley announced her name, Bishop. She said she did not know that she was the one being asked to do it. Listen to this.
There's no reason to know why. I assume that I do a lot of work for the state, for official gifts and so on. Because I did not know it was that I was the one that was being asked to do it. I thought other people would be invited to submit as well, since everybody has got an opinion about this thing. And so I figured they'd pick a couple of artists to ask them. I didn't know it was going to be me until yesterday.
Nevertheless, she revealed she was up to the task and will do it to the best of her ability. She added, "The challenge is not my problem. It is the people who ask me to do it. I can't do better than what I do."
The challenge is not my problem, you know. It is the people who ask me to do it, you know. I can't do better than what I can do. Mr. Chang, whose boots I am being required to walk in, that's a monumental task. He was a hero of mine, a friend of me and my family. I have enormous respect for him, for his intellect, for his talent, for his patriotism, certainly. You know, so that's a heavy ask.
So now, viewers, Bishop also remained tight-lipped about how the new design would look, how long it would take to create, and how much it would cost. However, she did admit to saying, awakened until 4 a.m. yesterday, designing the prototype after the Prime Minister announced she was So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, we have lots more in store right here on Real Talk with Saieed Ali.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid up front. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saeed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery. At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Real Talk viewers. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Mr. Saeed, I a wheelchair person, right? I alone living in a house. The daughter does go and come. And I applied for water. I done pay the connection and everything. 6 months is going and I did not get connected. You could tell me, you could help me or anything?
What area are you from?
Gasparro.
Gasparlo.
Yeah.
We gotta find out who's in charge of Gasparlo in order to do something about it. Call me Monday now, please, thanks.
Okay, Mr. Neil Shivata was the inspector engineer.
Okay, call me Monday and we can see if we'll sort it out for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Some 427 people have been murdered this year. Yet Prime Minister is concerned with ships, says opposition leader Kamala Prasad Bisasa. Asked about a plan built to change the coat of arms, Prasad said, he is just shameless, trying to invoke emotionally sensitive ethics issues for political campaign. The opposition leader also dismissed Rowley's accusation that she lied on issues concerning Tobago businessman Alan Warner. Prasad Bisasa said it was shameful that Rowley held an entire press conference under the the guise of dealing with the TNT business when his real purpose was to defend Warner. She maintained the UNC will also make a report to TTPS, White Collar Crime Division, regarding the mining license granted to Warner's son, Keon. Now, all this is from Kamala Prasad BCSI viewers. Ask about Rowley's accusation that some UNC official alleged corruption was the reason government changed the $100 note to polymer note. Prasad BCSI said, that's the normal insane gibberish that he speaks when under pressure and clueless as to what to do. I'll tell you something, Parliament is a back and forth. It's a back and forth. They have privilege in Parliament. They have privilege on a platform because they are politicians. Because they are politicians. But it's sad to see that Trinidad and Tobago is in a state where crime is rampant. Home invasion is rampant. And we just can't do anything about it. Rowley motivated the police officers a few days ago. But it didn't do much. You speak well about TTPS. All well and good. All well and good. Are they equipped to deal with criminals? That is the question. Are they equipped to deal with criminals in Trinidad and Tobago in a present-day situation? In a present-day situation. So that is one thing. Now, Chief Fire Officer Arnold Bristow has acknowledged that the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service has had a shortcoming in the procurement of 20 wooden ladders in 2022. The procurement became public information after a request through the Freedom of Information Act, which revealed that the 20 ladders were purchased for $999,000. The document also detailed an expenditure of approximately $62.6 million for repairs of Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service vehicle and $13 million for tire. Bristow said the fire service received the Auditor General report on the matter in June. He said the Auditor General conducted a thorough investigation into the ladder purchase. Following the investigation, certain procedural flaws in the process were highlighted. As a result, recommendations were made to tighten these areas moving forward, he said. He assured the issue have been addressed and the gap identified has been filled. Listen to this.
The executive would have sat and we would have taken the necessary steps to prepare the fire service for treating with the coming legislation in terms of the procurement legislation. And as a result of that, we would have tightened all those gaps to ensure best practices in terms of procurement, how we do business, making sure that the process, whichever procurement we go through, is always transparent and above board.
Bristow also justified the procurement of the ladder. $1 million for 20 ladder? You justify $1 million for 20 ladder? Bristow also justified the procurement of ladder, stating that in Trinidad and Tobago, as in most places where electrical transmission lines are still carried above the ground, a fire officer primary ladder on any application is a wooden ladder. Listen to this.
A standard appliance will normally be required to carry 3 ladders. A first floor ladder, a 13.5 meter extension ladder, as well as a 10.5 meter extension ladder. This ladder, fire service has always opted to have in wood for the mere reason wood is not a conductor of electricity. Another reason for that is because Trinidad and Tobago's electrical transmission lines are still operated above ground. So it gives the officer a tactical decision in terms of use of which ladder to apply at that time.
So Trinidad and Tobago, why are we paying $1 million? Or $1 million, as I should say, for 20 ladder? We have companies that does woodwork right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Right here in Trinidad and Tobago. And I am definitely sure if the woodwork people in Trinidad and Tobago made these ladder, I am definitely sure it wouldn't come up to $1 million. It's sad, you know. Boy, I telling you, In March 2022, National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines commissioned the 20 double extension ladder. However, in April of this year, Hines stated that he has no information to suggest that the wooden ladders are unsafe for use. I'll listen to this playback. Trinidad and Tobago. All of a sudden now, Hines have no memory. He has no information to suggest that the wooden ladders are unsafe for use. I am still in shock. 20 ladders. 20 ladders. In January 2024, a firefighter was injured while using one from the batch of unstable wooden ladder. She has vowed to never use it again, as they are unfit for the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service. The firefighter said her hands were injured on January 10, 2024, leaving her unstable to work as she took a month leave. Imagine, this is one of the 20 ladder that she used. One from the 20. So what we gonna do now? What we gonna do now? Call her good night.
Night, Mr. Saeed. Great program, man. Happy Independence to you, although we have nothing to celebrate in this country. But Ola celebrated today. There was an interfaith celebration at an Anglican church in Central. So she was dancing and singing today. But the priest made a suggestion.
Hey, that priest is the greatest, you know.
well, the Venezuelan women already in the police service, it's police who transported them, you know, to the bar and all about. So I remember the other thing said 90% of the people in this country have mental health issues. So I wonder if he's one of them. Yes, because wrongly suffering from mental health issues, because this man just getting up one morning, getting up one day and saying he wants to change all the $100 note. He gets up and next day he says, I want to change the quota arms. I don't know how he know that it's Columbus ships on the quota arm. This is so amazing. But let me tell you something, and the citizen of this country, the average citizen don't care whether he put he put Camille face, he put Heinz face, Stuart Young or Klong Himbo's face. The citizen don't care. What the citizen is concerned about is how much it will cost us. That's
Correct.
what we are concerned about.
Correct.
Because this seems to be a big robbery going to put down on the citizens of this country, you know. And when you look at it, this man legalizing crime. He legalized extortion of, that property tax is legal extortion of money to the citizens of this country. The citizens think about what I'm telling you, you know. Because this man get up on my and say property tax. They pass a law, property tax. And all of these vehicles offenses is extortion of money from the citizens, you know. Because tell me what offense they are committing. 62 years of independence, nothing to celebrate. This government destroyed this country so badly, it will take about 30 to 50 years to recover. And the unions and the opposition get all your act together. Unions, where you all are in all of this. Unions are heavy people in our country. Get your act together, you know. And the opposition, you come cleaning, because you, before we label you PNM number 2, you know what you're supposed to do. Mr. Saieed, God bless you, man. Take care. Have a blessed weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but nevertheless, when we come back, we're going to hear the PM heading for a checkup in the US. Like we hospital ain't good enough. Right after this.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan? Only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, viewers, we at Real Talk Financing, we are offering you 4% on fixed deposit. Remember, you are getting your interest up front. Remember that, viewers, there are no financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is giving you an interest up front on our fixed deposit. Remember that. Like I said from the beginning, when I started with credit union, forming credit union, going after a license, I did say that Real Talk is going to change the way banks operate in Trinidad and Tobago. We have a license, Real Talk Credit Union have its license. We are going to change the way even credit union banks in Trinidad. We are going to change everything. Like I said, I am a follower. Really? No, I didn't say that. I am a leader. And I am about to change things. You see, when you have a vision, you will always have fresh, new ideas. You will always be creative. You will always want to do something different from everybody. And we are the first in Trinidad and Tobago to bring out interest up front on fixed deposits. Why did we do that? Because we want you to enjoy the benefit of your hard labor. Imagine you get to the 4 o'clock in the morning to leave home, to go and work, day by day, dollar by dollar, and you save it. And you save it. So hence the reason why we came up with the idea now we're going to give you your interest up front. You work hard for your money, you set aside your money for rainy days. Now enjoy the benefit of it. Enjoy it. Because I want to enjoy my money when I work hard. If I have a fixed deposit, I ain't sure to live 20 years. But when I get the interest up front, you can enjoy it. Call a good night.
Very, very good evening to you, Mr. Said.
To you, my friend.
Since I born to today, till today, this is the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard from anybody. That priest need to do a bloody drug test. Something is wrong with this man.
You mean, which one of them?
The one who said Venezuelan women should join him.
The priest.
That man crazy.
Yeah,
might as well allow him to fight the nomination papers and contest the general election too.
I was surprised when he said that.
Now something wrong here. If you look at the clip while the interstate service was going on, and when he mentioned that one of the senior superwoman, she shakes her head within his guts. With his guts. I think it's time to do a drug test. Something wrong with this man. All of it.
Thank you, my friend. We celebrated independence in a different way. So viewers, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley have stated that he will leave on Sunday to undergo a medical checkup in the United States. He said he has been postponing his international medical examination for 2 years now. 2 years old. Hey, hear this now. That is the only minister in Trinidad. Get COVID rapidly. And nothing happened to this man, you know. Hey, God really with this man, you know, Trinidad and Tobago. God really with this man. But nevertheless. Now, however, Rowley said he feels confident and comfortable as he noted his local doctors have been important, but there is a need for his U.S. examination. Rowley said he expects that when he returned, he would have a report from the committee that was set up to evaluate the bids for the sale or lease of the Guayaca refinery. Trinidad Petroleum Holding Limited had stated that an evaluation committee headed by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Vishnu, would examine the bids and make a recommendation to the cabinet. Rowley said there are some 10 submissions and 2 or 3 of them appear to be. And listen to this. I want to tell you that word. Listen to this.
I don't know the date, but I know they're at work. I presume that sometime in the next week or 2, they will present something to the cabinet because they've been at work since almost a month ago. And the intention was that, well, the submissions have been made, and they are now going through them, and they will do the evaluation. That committee is working, and I expect that sometime in the not too distant future they will approach the cabinet with some of their findings or some of their recommendations.
Now, viewers, addressing question on general election date, he said, we are not obsessed with election. We are obsessed with governing during the period that we are the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Wow. Listen to this.
Well, let's put it this way. If I announce the election now, I can't have election inside of 85 days. It's the law. So even if I want the election tomorrow, can't be. If I call it tomorrow, maybe 35 days or into the next 6 months. We are not obsessed with election. We are more obsessed with governing during the period that we are the government of Trinidad and Tobago. You see, when you're obsessed with elections, I'm not saying we are mindful. We are very focused on elections, but we are not obsessed with it. We are fortunately, we are the government, and there are governmental decisions and governmental actions to be taken.
Now, viewers, he said, the PNM is focused on election, but not obsessed, because there are governmental action to be taken, and not all will be popular, or that will be willy-nilly. He said, they try to take action that are in the wider acceptance sphere of the population. Trinidad and Tobago, it ain't easy. Dr. Rowley said that the PNM has a right to ask its party members and delegates to comment on the report on the National Advisory Committee on Constitutional Reform. Rowley said once more, no one was excluded from the consultation process. He said he did not understand why someone would have a problem with the PNM addressing the issue raised by finding out the views of its member and getting their authority to go forward with position. Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something here. He's studying constitutional reform. We have election coming up. We have procurement to put in place. We have contracts that are given out without proper procurement, according to officers in high places. We have crime which is rampant. We have lack of funding. We have high food price. We have school not properly adequated. We have health centers not properly functioning. We have roads like Tasca roads in the 1550. How do we change Trinidad and Tobago? We are celebrating 62 years of independence. And now, history is going to be rewritten. We are moving emblems from history. We are changing it. We no longer want to hear how long ago was. So many things happening in a little country with 1.4 million people. How do we get it right? You tell me, Trinidad and Tobago, how do we get this little country right? I believe we are between 3 to 6. Among all the countries in the world, criminal activities within 3 to 6 on the international map. Imagine that. 1.4 million people in a 2x2 country. Look what is taking place in Tobago now. Every other day seems to be a murder. Every other day seems to be a criminal activity in Tobago. Look at that. Tobago has approximately 50,000 people. 50,000. And crime is almost rampant in the country. How do they deal with that? How do we deal with that, viewers? You tell me. It's sad, you know. It's really, really sad that we cannot fix our own country. But nevertheless, viewers, staying on this topic, constitutional, Rowley said, if the PNM did not turn up to a consultation or on the constitution, it would be disturbing, as it was a majority of the political party in this country. He criticized the opposition for not contributing to national conversations on constitution. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? This is Trinidad. We need a better country. How do we fix it? Ask yourself, how do we fix it? How do we fix the community? Trinidad and Tobago, what is the first thing that we need to do in a community to fix it? What is the first thing? Could somebody call in and tell me what is the first thing we need to do in a community to fix it? How do we fix a community? With guns and drugs and prostitution, gambling, how do we fix it? Home invasion, how do we fix it? What is the first thing that we should do in the community? Councillors, they're not seeing them in the community. MPs, we're not seeing them. This is a major question to you. What is the first thing do we fix in the community? What is the first thing? Anybody knows? The first thing, how do we fix it? Communication. That is the first thing. Communication. Why? Because everybody's seen something and nobody's talking. Everybody wants to fix the community, but nobody wants to go forward. Everybody depends on the police to go forward. But the police need the community and the community need the police. So what we had to do? We had to fix communication. That's the first thing that is needed in the community. Imagine you have a councillor in your community and you're not seeing him. You're not seeing him. You can't have a meeting with him. What is the problem right there? Communication. We have an MP in the community and you can't see him because he never have time with you. What is the breakdown there? The communication. It's sad. But in communities we have that very thing. That very thing that is going on. Lack of communication. So we are going for a short commercial break, viewers, but when we come back, is RBC planning to exit the Caribbean? When we come back.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid up front. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chagonas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this, eh? On March 26, 2008 is a day that thousands of TNT residents and citizens will remember. That was the day on which the shareholders of RBTT Financial Holding voted in favor for the proposed amalgamation of the RBTT with a Caribbean subsidiary of Royal Bank of Canada. RBTT and RBC had announced an agreement on October 2nd, 2007 for RBC to acquire RBTT for a total purchase price of approximately $13.8 billion, approximately US $2.2 billion at exchange rate as of September 28, 2007. Now listen to this. However, last Saturday, it was said that RBC Financial Caribbean Limited, the parent company of RBC, the Royal Bank, Trinidad and Tobago, had reduced its capital by US 200,000 or TT 1.36 billion. That news, which immediately struck as being material information, was communicated in a notice to creditors dated July 25th, 2024. In that notice, RBC financially explained that at a meeting of the company's board of directors on June 25th, 2024, it was recommended that a resolution of the sole shareholders of the bank be passed to reduce the state capital of the company. So Trinidad and Tobago, is RBC going to exit the Caribbean? RBC Financials is incorporated in Trinidad and Tobago, but is a wholly owned subsidiary of RBC Holding Barbados. The TNT company, ultimate parent company, is Royal Bank of Canada. So, on its face, the notice to creditors could be viewed as a means by which 200 million US could be returned to RBC Financial Caribbean Limited, parent company in Canada. So, with this being said, is RBC going to leave the Caribbean? Not too long ago, we had Scotiabank cutting down branches, sending home workers, employees. What is going wrong with the banking sector in Trinidad and Tobago? Ask yourself that. What is going on? We have RBC now with a 200 million US cutback. We have Scotiabank now cutting branches, letting go staff. What is going on with the monetary system in Trinidad and Tobago? What is going on with that? So viewers, it is because of all these things It is because of all these things we have taken the decision to give you the interest up front so that you would enjoy it. Remember that, to enjoy it. On Monday, responding to a question of why a local registered bank was looking to reduce its capital, the Financial Institution Supervisor Department of the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago said, financial institution may reduce stated capital for a number of reasons. Some reasons include returning surplus capital back to shareholders, simplifying their capital structure to become more efficient, reducing or eliminating paid up or unpaid shares, cleaning up its balance sheet, or corporate restructuring. One of the 11 questions was, does RBC, Financial Caribbean, reducing its capital, foreshores its department or departure of the Caribbean? So, is RBC giving back to stakeholders their capital and exiting? This is what we need, an answer. On April 1st, 2021, April 1st, 2021, RBC received the required approval from local government and from the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank for the sale of its Eastern Caribbean banking operation to a consortium of regional banks comprised of the First National Bank of St. Lucia, Antigua, Commercial Bank, the Bank of Dominican, the Bank of Montserrat, and the Bank of Nevis. The sales include 11 RBCs branch in Antigua, Bermuda, Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So they're selling out. Two other Canadian banks in the region, Scotiabank and CIBC, have also sold off their operation across the region. So what is taking place in the banking sector in Trinidad and Tobago, viewers? What is taking place? They are shutting down operation. Why? Why? Why are they shutting operation? We're going to have that for you, viewers, in another newscast. We are out of time for tonight. It's the night before the holiday. It's the day before Independence Day. So be safe over the weekend. Don't look for trouble. The hospital, I don't know how long it will take to go to bed. We don't know how long we're going to take to see the doctor. No speeding on the road. So until we meet again, good night.